Okay, so today we're going to dive into a really powerful idea. How do you take life's biggest challenges, those moments of real pain and struggle, and actually turn them into your greatest strengths? This is really a journey into the heart of what it means to transform.
And this is the question, isn't it? It's something every single one of us is going to face. It's really not a matter of if we experience hardship, but what we decide to do about it when it shows up.
So the first step is to just get real with ourselves and acknowledge a simple truth about being human. Suffering is part of the deal. It's just unavoidable. Nobody gets a free pass. But, accepting this isn't about being negative or pessimistic. It's about being realistic, so we can start from a place of truth.
And this idea brings us to the whole philosophy of the knight. The knight represents this huge shift in perspective. Instead of trying to run away from difficulty, the knight turns around to face it and asks one simple, powerful question. What can this teach me?
Why do that? Because tucked inside every single moment of adversity, there's a hidden opportunity. It's a chance to just stop, reevaluate our old beliefs, maybe challenge our old patterns, and ultimately become a stronger version of ourselves. So you see, difficulty isn't really a roadblock. It's more like a crossroads.
And at that crossroads, we all have a choice. There's path one, avoidance. And that path just leads to staying stuck, right? Repeating the same old patterns, limiting our own potential. But then there's path two, the path of awareness. And that's where the real transformation happens. It's where we reevaluate everything, build real resilience, and actually grow stronger. The outcome is completely up to us. It depends on the path we choose.
So here's the most important part of this whole thing. The single most crucial step in this entire journey is making a conscious decision to learn. It's that exact moment you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That simple choice. Well, that's the turning point. Now, the main tool for this journey is awareness. And let's be super clear here. This is not just passively noticing something. It's an active ability. It's the ability to really understand your pain, to look back on what happened, and to pull the lessons out of your challenges, all without judging yourself for having them in the first place.
So how do we actually do this? How do we put awareness into practice? Well, it's a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, you have to understand the pain. Where is it coming from? What is it? Then, you reflect on the experience. What really happened? And finally, you learn from the challenge. You take that lesson and you weave it into who you are so you can move forward as a different person.
When you start to do this consistently, something pretty remarkable starts to happen. You're not just getting through your challenges anymore. You're actively using them to build a totally new kind of inner strength. It's a strength that's born not from avoiding the tough stuff, but from transforming it. And this strength, it's not some vague concept. It shows up in three really key areas of your life. You start to develop emotional resilience, that bounce-back ability. You gain mental clarity, that fog of confusion starts to clear. And you build a kind of spiritual stability, a deep, unshakable sense of inner peace. And ultimately, this entire process leads to one thing: renewal. It's this profound act of finally letting go of the old burdens that have been weighing you down for so long. It's not about forgetting what happened, it's about releasing its grip on you. That's what allows you to start fresh, unburdened, and a whole lot stronger than before.
So, after all this work, right? After facing the pain, choosing awareness, forging this new strength, we finally arrive at the ultimate lesson. This is the biggest takeaway from the knight's entire journey. And here it is. Your pain can become your purpose. I mean, think about that. The very struggles that once felt like they were going to break you can become the source of your greatest meaning in life. By learning from them, you don't just heal yourself. You gain the kind of wisdom and empathy that can actually help other people on their own journeys. So, that leaves us with one last and maybe the most important question. And this question, it's not for me to answer, it's for you. Look at the challenges you've faced, the path you've already walked. What will your struggles transform into?